Welcome to the second part of our list of the best post-apocalyptic movies and series from the United States. This time, we've gathered even more thrilling and dark titles that showcase humanity's struggle to survive in the face of civilization's total collapse. Let's dive in. It comes at night. In a world ravaged by a mysterious epidemic, darkness hides more than just emptiness. In an isolated house, hidden deep in the woods, a family struggles to survive, filling each day with fear and uncertainty. Their life is all about rules and restrictions, doors always locked. Trusting strangers is a luxury they can't afford. When an unfamiliar family asks for shelter, tensions rise, and the fine line between sanity and paranoia begins to blur. The darkness of night brings not only cold and silence, but also something that lurks out of sight, something that approaches with every breath. In this claustrophobic nightmare, people are the greatest threat, and fear becomes a weapon that destroys them from within. The Midnight Sky. In a desolate, frozen world where life on Earth has nearly frozen, lonely scientist Augustine struggles against time and harsh nature. Hiding secrets of the past, he desperately tries to make contact with the crew of a spaceship, returning to a planet that is no longer home. In the frigid, hostile landscape, every step is a struggle for survival, and her only company is a mysterious girl whose silence raises more questions than answers. The darkness of space and the silence of the Arctic weave into one terrifying picture of loneliness, where hope is fragile and the truth can be worse than emptiness. It's a journey through a world that has lost its battle against extinction, full of secrets and shadows of the past that refuse to go away. Ravenous. In a small, peaceful town in the province of Quebec, the world suddenly freezes into terrifying chaos. People who were once known and loved are transformed into monsters, fast, ruthless, inhuman. Their eyes burn with bloodlust, and their hunger seems insatiable. They devour their loved ones, sparing no one. In this merciless setting, a group of surviving strangers are forced to fight for survival. Every step in the forest, every breath can mean the end. Not only are the enemies numerous, but they seem to possess a strange, terrifying intelligence. They silently build piles of objects, symbolizing something no one understands. There comes a moment when a person stops trusting even his companions. Horror grows, and hope is extinguished when it becomes apparent that the line between life and death can be surprisingly thin. Blade Runner 2049. In a world bathed in darkness and cold, futuristic rain, humanity is balancing on the edge of a precipice. Replicants, artificial humans created to serve, have become indistinguishable from their creators. Officer K, a lone android hunter, discovers a secret that could change the balance of power forever. The truth he finds lies in the forgotten ruins of a world full of lost souls and technology, born of an obsession with control. His mission leads him to a man whose name still inspires fear and awe, Rick Deckard, living in the shadows of the past. Each step K takes reveals layer after layer of cruelty and lies, while the line between humanity and machine blurs into a terrifying vision of the future. In this cold, mechanical hell, one thing is certain: there is no escape from what has been created to replace us. Defiance. In the year 2046, Earth has been transformed into an unrecognizable land full of chaos and horror. 7 alien races, forced to coexist with humans, have arrived after a years-long war, leaving behind a scorched earth and deformed nature. The city of Defiance, built on the ruins of St. Louis, is the only place where the remnants of humanity try to survive, surrounded by mysterious and dangerous landscapes. In the darkness of the streets teeming with conflicts, a struggle not only for power, but also for mere survival takes place as betrayal and secrets fill every nook and cranny. In the midst of this chaos appears Nolan, a lone wanderer who tries to bring order, unaware that his decisions may hasten the demise of his only hope for survival. Secrets of the past, brutal battles, and terrifying creatures make life in this world a daily nightmare. The day the Earth stood still, a mysterious object arrives, interrupting the daily rhythm of life on Earth. Humanity faces an unknown force when a ball of light lands in a New York square, hiding a humanoid creature. Klaatu, an envoy of the intergalactic coalition, brings a chilling message. The Earth will be destroyed if humans do not stop devastating the planet. This is not a threat, but a sentence, the execution of which is symbolized by a giant, unstoppable robot, capable of wiping out everything in its path. Chaos spreads like a plague, and humanity must face its own demons: fear, brutality, and self-destruction. Facing an apocalyptic finale, there is little indication that anything can save Earth from the wrath of cosmic justice. The strain. Dark forces are awakening in the heart of New York City when a plane full of dead bodies lands at JFK Airport. This is no ordinary accident. It's the beginning of the apocalypse. The sealed cargo holds something that shouldn't exist, an ancient virus that transforms people into terrifying, bloodthirsty creatures. The epidemic spreads with alarming speed, and the victims not only die, but return as something inhuman, driven only by a hunger for blood. The city descends into chaos as the night becomes the domain of ghouls, monsters in human skin who act at the behest of an immortal master. A mysterious billionaire, ancient vampire lodges, and a desperate group of survivors try to oppose this power, but the strength of the enemy seems to be insurmountable. In the shadows of the streets hides not only death, but something worse: the annihilation of humanity. The Maze Runner. A young boy wakes up in a claustrophobic elevator, devoid of memories, with only a clue: his name. When the mechanical doors open, he is thrown into the brutal reality of Green Glade, an isolated enclave surrounded by the monumental walls of a mysterious labyrinth. Fear and desperation grows among the inhabitants of the place, boys like him. The labyrinth is not just a trap, but a living organism that changes every night, and its corridors are patrolled by terrifying biomechanical monsters. Every trip to this dark realm ends in bloody tragedy. Although the rules of the Glade seem unassailable, everything is turned upside down when a mysterious girl appears, the first and only one to ever come here from the outside. Her arrival brings with it a disturbing message and secrets that seem to hold the key to understanding their fate. Time is running out, and the truth they may discover may be more terrifying than the maze itself. Twisted Metal. In a post-apocalyptic world where cities are surrounded by wastelands full of violence and chaos, every day is a struggle for survival. John Doe, a lonely outsider with no memories of his past, is drawn into a dark mission. He is to deliver a mysterious package through a land overrun by sadistic killers, psychopathic drivers, and their hellish machines. Standing in his way is Sweet Tooth, a clown with a smile that hides pure madness, who turns roads into bloody arenas. He is accompanied by the fearless Quiet, but even alliances cannot guarantee safety in a world where every moment can be the last dot on deserted highways. Death lurks around every corner, and survival requires brutality and quick reflexes. Twisted Metal is a brutal nightmare in which there is no room for mercy, and the only certainty is the inevitability of the next battle for life. Terminator. Dark Fate. In a dark future where machines have gained consciousness and begun exterminating humanity, a thin line separates us from total annihilation. A destructive cyborg, more powerful and advanced than anything before, is sent from the future to eliminate a young woman who unknowingly carries the key to the survival of the human race. A deadly machine named Rev 9, capable of shape-shifting and sharing her body, begins a hunt that turns the hero's every step into a nightmare. Against it stands a determined warrior from the future and the legendary Sarah Connor, who still bears the scars of her own clash with the Terminators. Chaos, desperation, and hopelessness accompany each battle as the past and future collide in a brutal clash to the death. The machines never stop, and there is no room for error in this battle. Every breath, could be the last. Thank you for joining us for the second part of this list. We hope you found something that caught your interest. Let us know in the comments your favorite post-apocalyptic movies and series. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future content. See you next time.